Hello my YouTube friends, I want to welcome you to this exciting lesson in Revit. In this lesson, I just want to teach you step by step on how you can model the house that you are seeing right here. Now, I'm not going to skip anything. I want to teach those who are just beginning in Revit, even those who have been using Revit for some time but would like to master some tips and tricks in the way you model in Revit structure or in Revit architecture. Please make sure that you follow along because there are a lot of things that you are going to learn from here. All right, so that is the floor plan. You can see that you are going to learn everything as I take you through in this lesson. All right, now I just want to ask all of you, please don't just watch my videos. If you like what I'm doing, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. And if there's anyone who'd like to join me in a course in Revit architecture and Revit structure, please make sure that you check, for my website. The link is in the description and also the first comment. All right. Now we are going to get started and I'm going to start from scratch so that you can follow along, and we are going to produce exactly what we are seeing right here. All right. So I'm just going to close this one right here, and now I'll just go to file right there, and I'll go to new, and I'll go to project because I want to start a new project. So if you just double click the icon on your computer, this is the starting point, so it doesn't matter. You can as well go to file and start a new project. So once you are presented with these options here, you can open and find your template, or you can go to browse right here. And now go to your installations, right there, then go to templates and go to English if you are using metric templates. If you are using imperial, go to templates and make sure that you check on these options. That's where the imperial templates are, or you can click English imperial and you find all your imperial templates by default. But I'm using metric, so I'll go to English and I can pick the template of my choice. Now, if you want, you can save a template. For example, if you've made a few changes here and there within your template, you can save it anywhere and you can load it. For example, I just saved the template where, I tried to model this one so that I show you that you can save yours and also load it. Doesn't matter, you can do that. But if you want, you can start from what we are seeing here from the defaults. So I'll just go to desktop. That is where I saved that one, and this is the one. It's still the same. You can load that and you're going to have it right there, and click on open, and we are going to get started from here. Now I just had to hide the properties and project browser. To bring it back, just go to view, then go to user interface. You see that the project browser right there, it will come back. So if you lose it, if you're not seeing it, please don't panic, just go to view, user interface. We also have the properties right there, and we have the options right there. All right, now I'll just go to the south elevation, and now you can configure, the heights for your building. For me, I just want to have the ground floor and the wall plate. If you want to add the level on top, you can select on it, right click, create similar, and you can start adding, levels on top just like that. There are a lot of lessons on my channel. You can see how you can create more and more levels on top or at the bottom. I'll just read there and just read it like that so that you can just use the two levels, and I'll double click the ground level so that you can start modeling our plan. So I'll just double click on ground level, and here we are. Now you can see that I'm not seeing the elevation markers. Probably I just had to hide them. So if I just come here, you see that under the extents, you have the crop view, crop region visible. Just activate that one, move in. You see that you have that box. Let me also select on this one now. I'll just expand it like that. It's just hidden within the crop region there. So once you notice that you are not seeing the markers, or you are not seeing anything, you can just watch out for the two here and you can proceed like that. Okay, so let's get started with our walls. We just go to architecture. We start with the walls, then click on the wall, architectural wall right there. Then click from the properties. I'll drag it up and I'm going to pick this wall. I just renamed this one. So I'll select on it. Now, before you place your wall, make sure that you counter check here I want the wall to go up, so I'll use height, and I want it to go up to the wall plate the way I set my levels under the south there. Now I can start, modeling by just clicking the first point. You drag it like that, and you can see that you're going to have your walls like that. You are going to have your walls like that, and I can click there. All right, I know the configuration of my house, so really I can just click the walls like that, and I will just counter check the dimensions. You see how you're going to do it. So I'm just clicking here to place the walls, first point and second point. I know the height is from the ground up to the wall plate. I'm not checking the dimensions. I'll show you how you can play with that. I'll click on modify, and you see that we have the configuration for my walls. Let me select on this one, right click, create similar. I can also add another wall there for my veranda, just like that. So I have the frame for my house, but now let me counter check the dimensions. First of all, let me trim here. I can go to just pick on the wall there if you want, then click on trim there, then pick that wall and that wall, this wall and that wall. Now you have that one there. Now let me play with the dimensions here. Of course, if I just counter check here, if you pick on the wall, you notice that you have this, what we call temporary dimension. So the wall that you select, if you click on the temporal dimension, this is the wall which you move. Maybe I want the spacing there maybe to be 5 meters, maybe 5,000, and enter from my keyboard. So this is 5 meters. Let me counter check this one. I'll pick this one. You see that the temporal dimension is picking from there up to there. You can drag, hold your left mouse and drag it. You want to check that one, you can have it there. If I click this one and you see that it's just picking up to that one, I can drag that one. All right, just drag it. Okay, make sure that you zoom in and drag it from there up to there. Then you can have the possibility to change the dimension. I'll select there. I think 7 meters is okay for this one. So I'll click outside. I have also this passage, but I don't want to move this line. I can pick this one and now drag this one up to somewhere here. And I want here to be 2 meters, which is 2000 since I'm using millimeters, and this is what we get. Right, now I can as well start counter checking what is inside. For example, this one 3.8 is good enough for me. I can check this one 3.9. Let me also check what is inside. Maybe 1.7 is okay. I'll check inside. 1.7 is fine. And this is the basic floor plan. This is how I want it to be. All right. Okay, now I want to create an opening here. All right, I don't want to trim to cut here. I just want an opening without a door. So you can just go to architecture there, or go to structure for an opening. Actually, you can go to, let me go to architecture, then go to door. Once you go to the doors, you see that you have an opening there. Now, if it's not loaded, you can, let me show you where to find the opening. It's under structure. Okay, so just click on load if it's not already loaded. If I just go back once here, you come under the doors from your library, go to structure. There's this folder called the structure. If you open it, you are going to have that door opening. Now, just make sure that you counter check. For me, I went to English, I went to UK, I went to the doors, then I have structure. If I go to English there, I have these two folders. I installed both. So you just go to UK, then find the doors there, just open the doors. Then you see you have the structure. You can select on it and load it. All right. So I already have it, and I can just hover my cursor there, just select on it. You can see that you have your opening right there. Right, I'll escape. I can select on it, click on edit, and I can counter check the width from there and the height. Rough height from here, maybe let me change it to 2 meters. Okay, so I have it at 2 meters, apply. Okay, so my opening is there. Now for the door, it's simple. Just go to architecture, then click on door. Again, you can go to your, you can load from there, but I'm just going to use these doors here. For the interior doors, I'm going to pick this one, and let me just place it there. Space bar, you can flip it, or you can move your cursor like that, or space bar to flip it, or just move your cursor, place it there. I can move it there, place it, I can move there, space bar on my keyboard, or if you place it like this, you can escape once or twice, select on it, and you can flip it using those arrows. Let me select on it, just like that. And you can also click there to flip it like that. All right. So this is how I want my door to be. So you can flip it before you place it by using space bar or moving your cursor, or you can place it and use these arrows just like that. All right. So I'm happy with what I have. Now let me add the exterior doors. So I'll simply go to architecture, door. Then if you want to add a different door, you can click on load from here. Then just go back. Okay, this is the library doors. I can go to external doors there and pick the door that you want, select on it and click on open. My door is already loaded, so I'm just going to pick this one, and I just want it to have a door somewhere here, right? And another door, space bar to flip it, just like that. Perfect. So I have all the doors. If I go, let me just close the south here. If I go to my 3D view by clicking the little house there, or by clicking the 3D view there, you see that we are getting started. The walls are there, as you can see, with all the doors that I just placed, and it looks very, very neat. All right, so I'll go back to ground level, and what I'll do is to just add, the windows here. Right now, I'll just go to architecture. I can go to window and pick the windows from here. These are families that you can pick. This is one method and it's very, very common. All right, but if you want some windows which are quite customized, you can actually create families for these windows, or you can even modify these families. But another option to quickly model, project specific, components like windows, you can just, design them using this other option. All right, by just going to architecture, go to wall. We are going to use wall command, then click the arrow, and now you can use the curtain wall. All right, so this is the option that you can use. So I'll use an empty one so that we can design our own windows. So I'll click on it. Now just click on edit and make sure that automatic embed is selected so that it can cut the wall automatically. So I'll cancel and I can have my window right there. Now maybe before I do that, I'll come back to the windows. Let me add the roof first so that we can see how the window will align on top there. Sorry for that. Maybe let me start with the roof before we go to the windows. Okay, so I'll escape from the command. Now the roof command is also very, very simple. Just go to architecture, then go to roof, and we can use this option. There are these other options, but let's just stick to the roof by footprint. Then the roof be placed at wall plate level. Just click on yes. You see we are going to be in the sketch mode. Now again, the roofs, there are so many roofs from the template here, but I'm just going to pick this roof because I made a few changes, all right, so that I don't have to waste a lot of time. Now I'll just counter check this roof. It has some layers. Some roofs here you find that there's just one layer, so you can add the number of layers or just one layer. You can change the materials, it's entirely up to you. So if I check on my roof here and go to structure, click on edit, you see that I just have two layers, this layer and that layer. I can rename this layer to the finish if I want, because it's just supposed to, you know, to portray or to show that that is the finish on top. All right, so we have the structure and this one. This is just the material. I can change it to anything that I want, but I can even change the name, but don't worry. What is important is for you to see what you're supposed to see. The name can be changed from here. So if you want, you can just click there and pick the material, search from here and pick the material of your choice. All right, the materials are already loaded, this one and that one. And now that is the thickness for the top layer, and this is the thickness for this other layer. I'll just click on OK, apply, OK, and now we can sketch the roof. So immediately you pick on the roof, you are going to be presented with these options here. You also have these options here. You define slope, the overhang, and extend to walker. All right. So for the overhang, maybe a 500 will do. for the overhang. And now I can use a line, a rectangle, or anything that I want. If I use a rectangle, I can pick it from that corner, maybe up to now. Let me escape once. Let me pick it from this one so that I can pick this corner. So we have the, did we select the overhang? All right, actually the offset, let me add once again 500. Enter from my keyboard. All right, so we added the overhang and the offset. Now I can use the rectangle. Let me pick it from the bottom so that we can see an offset like that. Have you seen that offset from the, that point there? I'll just click on it. You have that offset. All right, now this is not our intention. I was just showing you these tools. Another option is just to use pick line. With that same offset, you can hover the cursor and you'll see that it offsets like that. So for this one, let me place the offset here. Click on modify. Now I don't need these lines because I was just demonstrating the two. We want to create this part of the roof and this one separately. Now each time you place these lines, it's going to show that you have the roof, the defined slope. You can deactivate it. Okay, just like that. Or if I delete this one, let me just delete it, go back by using this one. You see that I can deactivate it in advance. Make sure that you put the offset 500. Now deactivate define slope in advance if you want. So I'm just showing you all those options. Or you can do it later on by just selecting on it, then remove that one and still the same. Now let's trim by just clicking on trim there. Click on it, then you can click the corners, or just by using TR on your keyboard, you are able to trim it in this simple way. All right, now I removed all the slopes because now I want to decide which side and what is the slope, what is the angle. All right, I'll select this line because it's a mono-pitched roof like that. So I'll select on it, turn it on, then zoom in here. You see that you have the slope there. Check it. I'll just put a 12-degree there, click outside. So we have that slope. Then click on the green check mark, click on your 3D view, hold the shift and the wheel on your mouse. You see that you have the roof just like that. And you can see that we have the layer on top. All right. So now before I do anything, let me select. Before that, let me hover my cursor there, then tab. It's going to select all the walls outside. Hover the cursor there, tab, then select on it. Then need to click on attach and pick that roof so that, let me just click on OK. You see that these walls are going to be attached to that part of the roof. Okay. All right. I'll hold Ctrl Z. Let me add this other part of the roof. So I'll go back to ground level. Now, if I want, I can copy this same roof and place it here. Let me just redo my last command. It's already attached there. Now, let me show you the layers, how the layers are inside there before I even model the other part of the roof. If I go to parts visibility there, I can click on show original. It's on original, or show both, or show parts. What I want to show is that part of the roof on top. If I select on it and click on edit and click on edit there, I have these two parts. Okay. So now by default, it will not be shown. So the extra step that you need to do, if that is what you want, you can select on it and now use this option, which is called create parts. Select on it, click outside. Now you are able to see the parts like that. And these you can select separately. Now you haven't broken the roof. No, all you need to do to go to the default is to change this one now to original. Then you are back. You can select on it and you can go back to the properties. All right. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll select this one, go to ground level, go back to my 3D. Before I do that, click on edit. It's in sketch mode. I can edit, what I want and continue, or just click on finish. Now what I want to do is to just duplicate this part of the roof. So I'll select on it, then click right there, copy to clipboard. And now I'll click on paste and aligned to same place. I've just duplicated this part of the roof and deselected there. Then I'll click on edit footprint. I'm editing one part of the roof. Then I click on there. And now I can just move this one. let me select everything like that, then move, and I want to move it from this position up to somewhere there. Why I've just, duplicated the roof, for some reason, when I was just trying it out, it didn't show the parts, so I opted to copy it, but I'm sure you can even recreate and to show the parts. It shouldn't be a problem. All right. So we have it here, and this is the same roof. And if you want, you can just counter check the overhang. You can check it there, but I think I'm okay with what I have. The only thing I need to do is to select this one, remove the slope, select this one, add the slope, and make sure that this is also 12. Click there, and now click on finish. Click on your 3D view. You have the roof like that. All right. Now let me check if the parts will show by clicking on show the parts. Okay, perfect. This is what I want, and everything is okay. Now I'll go back to the original, show original, and I'll select this part of the roof, and I'll just move it. Base offset, this is at wall plate. Base offset, I'll just move it by 200 and enter on my keyboard. Then I'll drop this one a bit. Base offset, I'll put -200 and enter on my keyboard and move your cursor inside. So I think I need to move it further. I don't want that intersection. Negative maybe 300. Okay, I think it looks good, as you can see from here. All right, now I can bring back the parts now. I think I'm free now to do that, show the parts, and this is what I wanted to show you. All right, so if you want it to be displayed like this, well, this is how you're supposed to do it. All right, now I also need to attach these walls. I don't want that attachment there, as you can see from here. So I'll need first to start by attaching these walls to this one. So I'll hover the cursor there, tab, then hover the cursor there, tab, select, then attach. Let me pick this one. I can't even attach because it's already attached there for some reason. So I'll select this one, tab, select on it, then I'll click on detach. Let me detach. Oh, the reason why I can't select, I need, as you are working, make sure that you are on original. All right, then at the end, you can just turn on to parts once you are done with everything, all the modifications. So I think I can even do that. Over the cursor there, then tab, select, then attach. I think I can pick it. Perfect. Just click on OK. You see that it has trimmed now, the walls which were protruding from there. So don't forget to change to original if you want to make those modifications. And now I think on top there, I don't need any further modifications on top here. So I'm just going to show the parts like this, and we have it there. Now let me go back to my windows because I wanted to sketch that following the slope there. So I'll go back here, and as I explained, I'm going to use the wall. All right, the curtain wall. So architecture, go to wall, architectural wall, click there, and I'm going to use curtain wall. Right, so from here now, it's just a matter of clicking which point, maybe from this point up to which point, maybe up to somewhere here. You can see that it's going to cut out like that. Right, if I go to my 3D view, you see that it will just give you that shape. So now you have the freedom to sketch it in whichever way you want. All right, so I'll go back. Actually, let me finalize it from here. I'll go to the front. All right, just like this. I'll cancel, and I'll select on this one, and I'll edit the profile. So you can edit this part, but just maybe I want it to be like that. Just remove the constraints from there, then click on trim, and you can trim this one just like that. And I just want to create this opening just like this. Right, so I'll click on finish, and you see that you have that opening. I mean the window like that. Now let me design the window the way I want it to be. I can go to architecture and use the grids. All right, now you can start now cutting or partitioning your windows. So this is the one. If I just move, I want to make sure that I add a grid right there. Now I can also start adding the grids like that. You can, you click there and specify the actual dimensions, but now I don't want it to go above like that. So Control Z, I'll use the other option, one segment, and now you see that it will just end there. If you want them to be spaced at 0.6 meters, you can. So just like that. Now I don't want to waste that time. I think I'll add the last one there and I have it like that. And in the other direction, I'll go to all segments and I can have it, maybe I want it to be maybe at 600, and I can have this one also somewhere there. Now let me not waste time. Let me add this one and that one, and you can counter check the dimensions from there and click on modify. And if I hold shift and on your mouse, you see that you have, the window like that. Now let me just select this wall and make sure that I attach it on top, because I'm seeing that, edge there. So I'll just click on attach. Or now I have to make sure that I change to original. Okay, then attach to escape once on my keyboard. It's this wall that I want to attach there. Then I'll just attach there and pick there, click outside. So it's attached inside. All right, now the other thing that I can do is to go to architecture once again, the mullions there. And now you can add those mullions. If you want, you can pick a different size from here. We have different sizes for the mullions, as you can see from here, and these can also be modified. You can also load yours, create your own profiles, for all this. So I'm just going to use the default ones. The mullions are able to be created on the grids. That's the reason why I created. If I want, I can just select all grid, then pick this one. I have all these mullions. It's as simple as that. How cool is this? It looks very, very neat. All right, now I'll just go to ground level. And let me add, some windows here. Now, if I go to my, the one that I did here, I think I just need 2 windows here, 2 somewhere here, and 2 there. So 2. So I'll go back to this model, click there. So I need 2 here. Now, I'll not be, worry so much on the dimensions. I just want to create quick windows there. You can design your windows in whichever way. So I'll just click the first point. Maybe I want this to be 600. Right, or maybe 900 there, then another one here from this point, 900, click there. I also need maybe 2 more windows, this one maybe 900, and another one from this point, 900 there. I'll leave this space for the kitchen, items there. I'll just need to add another window here from this point up to maybe 900 also. Now this one behaves like a wall. If I select on it, you see that the base constraint is ground level and the top constraint is the wall plate. We are going to change it. Don't worry about that. All right, so I can still select on it, right click and create similar, and let me add, I think, 2 more windows here. One here, I'll maintain the same 900 there, and another one right here, maybe from this point, 900 up to somewhere there, and escape. If I go to my 3D view, you see that we have our windows right there. Now I can modify, going from the top there by using 2 options. The first option is just to select on it. You can, for example, the top constraint up to wall plate, you can lower it by adding maybe -200. Again, should be according to your design. Enter, you can see that it lowers like that. If you want, you can even watch this one and now just drag it. You can do that. All those are options, but I'm happy with what I have. Maybe I'll just select on it and I'll just lower it a bit like that. You can do whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. If you want to be, exact with what you are doing, then use the offsets, the base offset or the top offset. All right. Then for this other one, I think I'll just drag it. If I want maybe to raise this one by 1.3, I can go to base offset, maybe 1300. Oh, what did I do? Control Z. This one, the top, this is the top, the base is this one, maybe 1300. Or what am I typing here? So 1300 here. You see that you do that, so you can be specific. Let me just drag it here up to there, and I want to, this is for the closet, for the water closet, so I just want to have something like that. Again, you can play with it the way you want it to be. Right, so those windows are done. You see, I like this one so much because you can design your windows or your openings in whichever way you want, as you can see from here. Now, let me go to architecture, mullions. Now, I'll just click on mullions, then click on all grids. Okay, so that you can have this one here, you can have this one. You can see that all the grids have been added. So I don't have to be clicking one by one. You can just pick all grids, and you see that all the grids will be added. I mean, all the mullions will be added there. Okay, and this is the mullion that has been added. So it looks good. It looks good, as you can see from here. Now, let me quickly add, the floor here. I'll click on modify, and I'll go to ground level. What I'll do, I'll go to architecture, then I'll click on floor, then architectural floor. Again, floors is similar to the roof. You can pick the floor of your choice. So all these have layers. You can change the layers, but I'll just pick that one here. If you have a specific question on whatever I'm doing in this lesson, comment there. I should attempt to create a lesson depending on what you're asking. I'll click on a rectangle, and I just want to have maybe a floor just like that. If I just counter check on edit there, edit here, you see that I just have this floor. This is just a material. Don't ask me to say that why is it gypsum wallboard. It's just the color that I want from there. I can as well rename it from here. After going inside there, I can rename it. But this is just a thickness. I'll just click on OK, apply OK, and click on finish. Click outside. We have our floor there. Go to my 3D view, and you see that we have our floor right there. All right, now let's design this part of the building. Okay, as you can see from here, if I just orbit like that, how do we play around with whatever we have here? So I'll go back there, actually go to ground level, and what I want to do is to just create a wall here. So I'll select one wall, right click, create similar, and I just want to have a wall from there. Supposed to snap there. Okay, you see that if I move it there, then go down, it's going to snap. Then I can click. Then I just want to have, that other wall up to somewhere there. Then click on modify to escape, or just escape on your keyboard. Now I'm just going to align it here. You can select on this. You can use that too, or just AA on your keyboard. Then pick that edge, and I want to align this one just like that. Then click on modify. If I pick this one, you see that it's independent, and this is what I want. Now let me select on this one, go to my 3D view, and I just want deliberately to drag it beyond. All right, then go to my front there, just like that. You see that is my front. Now I just need to play with this one. So inside there, I just need to drop these windows a bit, so you can do that. So once you select on any wall, you can edit it, its profile. Then you can start now designing how you want your front to be. These lines can be edited. Okay, so I'll just use a line, or you can just use pick line. Let me use pick line, and I'm going to pick this one. Then what I'll do, I'll use offset, and I want to offset it by 250. I can offset this one, maybe 500 is better. So 500 from there. Too much. 300. Okay, I think 300 is good enough. So this is the edge that I want. I can also offset this one up to somewhere here. Then I just need to have a line, maybe from here up to, okay, now I need to remove the offset because now I no longer want to continue adding the offset. So I just need to click it there. All right. So now what we have here is another offset here. All right. I can even just, just by seeing there, just add it like that. I can counter check the actual dimensions, then maybe from here up to there. And now let me start trimming. TR on your keyboard to trim. So what I want is to trim. I need to split here, and split there. I need to have a closed loop of what I want to remove. So let me trim this corner, TR on your keyboard. So this one and that one, and this one and that one. This is what I want to leave out. Then I'll split here, SL on your keyboard to split that point, that point, that point. Okay. Then TR on your keyboard, you can trim this one, that one, just like that. Okay, so then this one and that one. Then what else do I need here? We need to trim this one and that one. Okay, this one and that one. I think you get the whole point from here, what we are trying to do. Now let's remove the other lines, like this one, I'm holding Control, then I can right click and finish to remove those lines. So this is what I'm looking for. So this part will remain and the rest will disappear so that we can have this shape. So I'll just click on finish, cancel from there. Perfect. And as you can see, we have what we are looking for. It looks very, very nice. All right. So what else is remaining here is maybe if you want to add a railing somewhere there, it's very, very simple. You can just go to architecture, then go to railing, and you can pick the railing of your choice. Maybe I'm going to pick the default one from there. Now I can go to ground level. Now I'll just add it there and move it up, you know, a bit. So just click on finish, go back to my 3D view. Then I'm just going to move it up there, base offset, maybe 1000. Right, maybe this is too much. Now I'll drop it a bit. I can check the actual measurement there, maybe 700. Okay, perfect. It seems to be the exact value, and you see that we have our railing right there. Okay, so what else do we need to do here? We are almost getting there. I think in terms of the outside part, we are done. Let's check what we have here. All we need to do is to add the top surface here. And also, if I go to the ground level here, I need to add the area in the rooms here. Let me finish with the outside part. Right, now, let me also activate the show parts so that I can have it like that. Now, if I just go to site right there, I can create now the topo solid there for the site. So I'll simply go to massing and site, topo solid, create from scratch. I'll just create a rectangle. Again, the topo solid is just one here. You can duplicate to rename it, but I'll use this one. If I click on edit, I just created again this layer F and also the finish, this material. So if there's something specific you want to learn the details, you can tell me. I just want to use all the tools for now so that you can see how it can be done. So I'll just use a rectangle and I just want to have this portion up to that portion. Click on finish. Let me cancel there. Click on my 3D view. Click outside. Perfect. This is what we get. Excellent. Now you see that there's an, a collision or interference between that floor and this one. We can use excavate to in Revit 2025. So select on the topo solid and now click on excavate. Now pick that floor. It's going to cut out, that topo solid. Right. Escape. Okay, this looks neat. Now it excavates everything. If I select on this one and maybe let me move it. Let me click on move. Let me click like that. Oh, undo. Okay. I thought it's all, unless if I move this one, let me move this one. It's supposed to show that excavation. Do not intersect. Okay. Anyway, let me just leave it out. But what you need to understand is that it has cut out the solid. That floor has cut this one. And that's how now there's no interference on top there. And this is what we wanted. All right, this is complete. Now, before we end, I want to show you how to add the rooms and the areas here. It's very, very simple. Just need to go to architecture. Now, before you do anything, you see that there's no wall here, so you need to add a room separator. Click on it so that it can detect the area. All right, if you don't do that, Revit will complain, and you have to add the separators so that it can calculate the area between these lines and the walls. Then it considers it complete. So now click on the room. Right now, from here, I want to show name number with metric area, and you just need to hover your cursor there. You can see that you have those, rooms there, just like that, just like that, just like that. Escape on your keyboard. Now all you need to do is to just click here and give it a name. This is maybe living room. That is the living room there. And we have maybe bedroom. You can do that. We have the bedroom there. And you can go ahead and finish the naming here. You can see that everything looks neat. Now, if you want to remove this box, you can simply select there. Actually, make sure that this is activated. Where is it? Oh, it's actually very, very big. You can drag it up to somewhere here. Actually, let me not cut these. These elevation markers, if you want, you can drag by holding your left mouse like that. Then select it. Make sure that you select it. Okay, then hold your left mouse, drag it outside. I don't want this to be shown. Okay, select it like that. Maybe somewhere here, so that now as you adjust these, you just want to end there. This is how you even clean up your drawings before you place on your sheets. So you have it like that. I know this is the top of solid, so I want to show it. And now you can deactivate it under crop region there. And you have it like that, exactly the way we have it on the other one. So we have our 3D view here. The house there, which is exactly like this one as I promised you. So this is how you can create a simple house like this one. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, please make sure that you comment there, tell me what you want to learn next, and subscribe to my channel. See you in some upcoming lessons.